Hey everyone, welcome back to Fistful of Darkness. This is the Hacked in the Dark crew getting ready with episode 4 of Fistful. Last session, they had some downtime, came to town, found the child. Well, at least Munroe did not find the child, but decided to go drinking. Child wanders back into town,
I was
and
mourning the child's loss.
the local tribe, Thundering Raven, went ahead and found you, invited you out, and healed your wounds, provided you a meal, gave you respite, and gave you a little bit of a party, a little bit of their history and story, all before the sound of a train and a bugle sounding like a crowing raven signals the entire tribe moving into action, and a massive metallic locomotive hidden in the cavern below awaits you. What would you guys like to do? You will notice that the first several cars of the locomotive are very cylindrical, bullet-shaped, but the rest of them seem almost segmented. And you'll notice that there's only a limited amount of track down here.
So where does it appear it's headed? Into a...
Further down into a mine shaft, which appears to go like this.
Okay. But we were invited to go on a raid with the Thunder Ravens, right?
Yes.
I think Nero will look at the others and say, so we want to be near the front, right?
Maybe. I'm not that into trains. I don't know where the soft spot is.
Munroe would be clutching his gun here and just sort of shaking and walking closer to the train and sort of just like examining it and just being like, what the devil?
Yeah, and Kona is probably looking as well, kind of furtively between the others, kind of like, well, I don't want to be at the front. You know, so...
I think Nero will look like kind of disappointed, and then like, I mean, if Kona is saying, okay, yeah, let's not go near the front, Nero, like they would be like, you know, Kona knows better than I do.
Yeah, I think she saw the right. We saw like glowing bits of Hellstone or something up front, right?
Yes, but also the chief seems to be in the main carriage behind the engine.
Oh, well, maybe we do want to be up front with him, with the chief. Yeah. So, okay, so a little bit of a backstep, and she's like, she looks uncertain, but then she looks over at the chief, and then she narrows her eyes and then looks back at your character tree, and she kind of looks down like, you know what we have to do, right? Like, and she says something along the lines of like, she's gonna say something like that she heard when she was about to go on her like first time out into the wilderness or something, and so she says something like stand strong like the oak or something, you know, or whatever the desert equivalent, like stands tall like a, you know, a cactus, and and be pointy. Right, like sharp. It's like it's like her like a cultural way to saying be sharp.
Yeah, I think Nero will kind of point at that mask, which is like a mountain lion mask, and say, you got to be fast or you're going to be dead. That's what I've learned, especially having seen what we've done to other people, like the twins. So I'm going to be fast. Otherwise, I think we're all going to be dead.
Yeah. So she kind of like
Yeah, I
stays
think
behind and walks behind you.
Ezra is still a little bit in shock, but he's glad that he had his mask and can hide this state of shockness from, because he just never saw a thing like that. And I think he tried to be, how should I say it, to be polite and orientate him to try to stay close to the chief, because he just thinks he's invited here and wants to be close to his host of this raid. And secretly, he's just glad that he's part of a big group of people. He's just enjoying to be part of this crowd.
Yeah, Munroe is definitely just quaking in his boots and just uttering nonsense to himself. So wherever the rest of the party would like to shack up, I'm cool with it.
Shack up. Wait, what kind of mission did this turn out to be? Ooh, shacking up.
Love Shack Fistful.
We got to up the rating on this one when we go live on YouTube.
Right?
So like, it seems like everyone's kind of nervous about this, and Kona was kind of like hyped about it. I think she's like trying to like fit in here a little bit, but then when she sees everyone kind of not so like gung-ho, she like takes up the mantle and starts to walk towards the train, like with her like her weaponry like kind of like poised, sort of, but like not out, just to like show that she's like ready for whatever. And I guess she's considering like getting on the train, so
You will notice that most of the tribe's people have gotten either on the train or are lining up behind the train. And some of them are gesturing of like, let's hurry up, it's time to go.
What about the shaman who was the chief? Is he on the train or behind it?
He is on the train of the carriage. He poked his head out, gestured to you, and stepped right back in.
Yeah.
I think
You'll notice that in front of the train, there are several of those metallic ravens with several of the tribe's people on their backs lining up in front of the train where there is no track.
They're lining up in front where there's no track? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I think Nero's like worst judgment is going to kick in, and they're going to just go to like the front of the train, and they're going to get in the frontmost carriage because they want to see what the hell is happening here with these birds and with the lack of rail and all of this.
Yeah, don't want to miss the action. So
yeah. I think like they'll like shoot Kona like a guilty look, but when they realize that like there's no track in front, but there are these like birds, there's no way they can resist that.
Yeah. Okay.
Munroe changes his mind. There's no way in hell he's gonna get up there. So rather right on top.
I was just
right
about to say
top.
Of the train.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll notice that the tunnel the train is about to head into looks to be about the size of the train itself.
Oh, never mind. I was like, I'm not going in there.
Yeah.
Right on. Oh.
If you want, you can ride towards the back in more of the segmented section.
No. If Munroe is forced in here, he's going to stick by his friends. They can get shot first.
Kona's gonna like look at you like, what? You don't want to, yeah, like you don't want to be on this train at all, or you don't want to go. And then she sees you kind of like eyeing the top, and she's like, oh, that seems like a good plan, but we'd have to lay flat. And she's like trying to be supportive, right? Like she's like, oh yeah, like you want to take a weird position? I'm into that. But then she's like, no, we'll be safer here. And she actually like, she's like, what? You're not going to support us? So like kind of takes it weird, right? She gets
You
like
don't think there's anything queer about this whole situation? How this train just appeared all of a sudden before us?
At that moment, as he says that, you hear a bunch of steam release and a bunch of metallic doors pop open as thousands of mechanical legs seem to come out from the bottom of the train down, and the whole train seems to shift and move. The segmented sections seeming to bend and flow ever so much, and the entire train seems to come alive like a giant grub.
God almighty.
Okay, let's get on board.
Yeah, let's go, man. I'm so ready for this.
As you guys climb aboard, a final train whistle is blown, and the entire train dives into the tunnel like a grub.
Oh shit!
Birds, several of the bird ravens flying in front down these twisting, turning mine shafts as you guys seem to burrow deep in within the earth and travel. Some sections being needed to be ground up, and it almost seems like the train itself burrows and creates new holes in some sections. Some of the landscape kind of flashing by through the window as you occasionally see caverns and whatnot lit up. Seems to be underground gardens in some of the sections.
So is the train only traveling like in like a forward backward plane, or is it also going up and down?
We're going like this inside.
That's amazing. Yeah.
So we have to practice that.
I would imagine it's also rolling, like it's barrel rolling at times in odd ways.
As it climbs some plane to go down.
Yeah.
There's not a couple ride.
The deck in the main carriage seems to have some little like pressure plates, almost like the chief just goes and stands over one and kicks it with his foot, and it just comes out and holds onto his boots. And now he's just standing there with his hands behind his back, just watching the procession of the train.
I think I will go up to him and I will ask where exactly we're headed.
I told you, the wasps have left the nest. It is time for a raid.
Yeah, that doesn't actually clarify anything about, are we going near the town, far away from the town? See, with all due respect, the reason I ask is that my friend, and then I'm going to kind of indicate to Munroe, and I'll say, he's very flighty, and it's good to keep an eye on him if we can. I think so. They're kind of like trying to be like, oh no, I'm worried about Munroe, but they're definitely very nervous, right? So they're like, I'm asking for him. I'm wondering, we want to take care of him.
What sins did I do to deserve this?
That's pretty good. I think Kona's like, is this normal? She's looking at y'all for like assurance. She doesn't have answers about Hellstone. So she's just like, is this normal? As she's like, like hanging on to the train for dear life.
So whom do you ask, or do you just look around?
Probably
there are
Mad
additional-
Munroe or whoever looks oldest. Probably the old crazy one doesn't really have good answers, right?
Asking Mad Munroe about normal is maybe a good idea.
I mean, he's the most
Ezra is
drunk.
looking at
Maybe.
Kona across the carriage, and he is flanked by 2 riders.
What? What do you mean flanked by 2 riders? Like I see that. What?
No, Ezra sees them.
Oh, Ezra.
Okay.
sees that.
So does the Black Rider say something to me in my head, maybe?
Mm.
Hmm.
So I'm thinking about if Ezra wants to know something from him. Yeah, maybe he's just asking him, so you're protecting me, right?
Go ahead and make a fortune roll.
Perfect.
That is
Kona here. That's great.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Go ahead and make me a fortune roll.
Okay. So that's the voice in my head. So I would say this is a friendly conversation. I'm going for consult. Fortune roll. Go.
Oh, a 6.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Okay. So I already spent my 6 for today.
Yeah, right. That's all your luck. That's all you're getting out of you today.
Just need to take some double targets. Just need to take some double targets. We established this last week.
Yeah, you get more
The
luck for
rider-
that.
The rider looks over at the white rider, who, from everyone else's perspective, is simply the chief.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the black rider simply says, only a few stops before the gates.
Okay.
We're not really in control of this train, man. Just saying.
Yeah, let's see where this train is heading.
Oh shit.
Okay. Yeah, Kona wouldn't be aware of what's going on, so she just looks at you kind of worried like, and then to the chief, she says, this can't be normal, right? And she's just still like looking for like some kind of indication that shit's gone, like things have gone off the beaten path a little bit.
The rails. Things have gone off the rails. Many
Yeah.
things have gone off the rails.
Oh yeah,
Kona.
well that, right. So oh, I didn't even think, yeah. Okay, so I think she's got like an arrow drawn and she's like asking someone like for an answer. Like she looks kind of wild-eyed right now. And like she looks around at the others like stepping back, like clutching the pocket that has the Hellstone in it, and she just looks worried.
Why are you
Yeah,
asking
yeah.
questions, child?
Who says that?
The chief.
Oh,
Yeah.
the chief.
Direction of your question.
Let's see. How does she say this? I think she kind of like blurts out. She's just like, "Our people would never." And then she's just like, like looks around to see, like she's just like, like, and she realizes she's alone basically, among these other tribe people about like, respect for whatever nature or whatever. And she's kind of like, I think she's holding the Hellstone right now and like thinking about a way to try to use it to like,
You
if-
forget
if-
the ancients and our ancestors were given this as a gift. Most go to exploit it. We simply use it, as was told to our ancestors and as they were given. How do you think we've survived this long? How do you think we've thrived?
I think she says, I
How
don't
do you
know.
think we got?
And she's like, I don't know. That's not what the stories say that.
Whose stories? Who is the one telling these stories? For all man twists and manipulates the words.
She like turns around quickly to say it doesn't matter what stories. All that matters now is we can't let this happen. Like, let it take over everything. And she holds out the piece of Hellstone, which is probably glowing like the train was a little bit ago. And she just kind of like looks at it and like drops it on the ground or on the floorboard or whatever of the train.
Can't let what happen? The chief says as he slowly picks it up, inspects it.
Man, that thing's worth 2 coin, guys. I don't know if this was a good idea, but Kona.
To Kona, it appears as if, remember how in the vision that his cloak and whatnot shifted and he appeared more raven?
Yeah.
So Ezra sees the White Rider go and pick up the Hellstone. Kona sees more of a raven than a man pick up the Hellstone.
I'm going to gawk.
So you have held the key. The missing piece.
Like, have I? And then she looks at her hands and realizing that there's like, in her mind, she imagined like, I think we see like a flashback to when she's a kid. We see like child hands, and her child hands, she has like they go dark, like as if she's in a nightmare, and then you see like them warp into clovers or something, you know, just something bizarro. And then she cuts the memory, and she looks at the chief, and she's like, it's changed you, hasn't it? And she kind of lays a hand on the chief's shoulder, and I want to kind of like see if I can figure out if he's all screwed up from Hellstone.
Go for it.
Just kind of like appraise him. I'm trying to think. I guess I'm surveying him. I mean, I'm trying to do it quick and maybe quietly, like surreptitiously, without making him feel like I'm like checking out his package or his butt or something, you know?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So a survey. Let's see. She has a survey of, I think, 2.
Oh, nice.
No, it's only 1. It's only 1. I lied. Hold on. That's another action. Okay, so. Oh, yeah. She doesn't want to risk like any further exposure, so we're just gonna look at him. All right, survey 1 die.
Make a new roll. No takes back these. You just have to do it.
I have a devil's bargain for you.
Oh, is this an action? Okay, so so it's risky is what you're saying now. Yeah, she's interested in a bargain. Yeah, because she'd probably push if not for a bargain. What could she lose or screw up here?
Let me look at your sheet real quick.
Yeah, I've got like couple nice things. Spirit Bane and survival kit. Oh,
In
yeah. What do you got?
discovering this information, you lose an aspect of yourself.
Oh, that's deep. We're gonna cut into the soul of Kona again. Okay. What does that mean? We don't know yet.
It could be a recent memory. It could be something from the past. It could be what she sees her brother to have been. It can be many things. How
Oh,
Kona views Nero, who knows? That's up to you.
okay. I got something interesting with this. She forgets the like that like when she touches him, she forgets the memory of her brother telling her to like watch watch the shadows for spirits whispering in the dark or something, you know? And so like as that gets like erased, she doesn't think that the speaker could be corruptible and like the others that they might be corruptible. So she's just gonna like poof that little danger thought in her mind and be worried all about, you know, I guess whether the chief is messed up or not. Does that sound fair? She'll like let some
That
shit
sounds
go.
right.
She'll let some stuff go.
Yes, give me all your burdens, Kona. Let me carry it for you.
Right? Forget what you were worried about. It's all good. Let's see.
Let me
Ooh.
carry the pain and the hurt.
Okay, that's a 1 and a 3 on my 2 dice roll, so that's not good.
You play with fire once too many
Part,
times.
a part of your soul for a 3.
I'll take those odds.
Yeah, it sounds like they're good odds though right now.
Ah, it smells delicious. Mm.
Mark is always like, whenever it comes.
Yeah, be gentle. It'll be all right.
Ah, yes. What information do you find on a 3? Ah. And you're trying to see if the Hellstone has manipulated or warped him.
Yeah, basically, I was trying to basically see if the legend was true. Does the Hellstone make people all screwed up if they allow it, you know, to lead them places, or does it really that they have to touch it, right? Like, can exposure be? You know, it's like she was trying to confirm what exposure is, you know, and I think she totally gets that wrong somehow, in a way that's interesting. It's not good. I guess she probably misconstrues it, right? Like she like thinks he's all screwed up if he's not, or thinks he isn't if he is. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You go to find if he's been manipulated by Hellstone. And it's almost like looking into a mirror. This self-seeking, this curiosity, this needing to know is twisted and turned back towards yourself.
Oh,
And you see yourself and the twisting and manipulation of what can be with Hellstone. But it isn't just one image of Kona. You are suddenly
right.
surrounded by many, many versions of yourself, each with a different type of twisting, each with a different affliction, or none. You see all aspects of Kona and what can be of the possibilities of interacting with Hellstone. Some of them good, some of them bad, yet gone in an instant.
Okay. She, yeah. Okay. I see all the aspects of that. And do others see stuff too?
Hmm?
Am I the only one seeing stuff?
I think so, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so
The rest of us are just seeing
maybe.
Kona kind of like have a bad
The chief,
reaction.
the chief kind of holds the Hellstone a little bit and then looks back at Nero. Ah, yes. I believe this is for your safekeeping.
I've still got the gloves on, so I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna and then put it in my like little bag. And I think I will say, because I mean, to me, he's still this cool chief who's been nothing but respectful and helped me heal. So I will say, can we expect the Black Rider where we are going? It appears he has some animosity towards us, and we too have some animosity towards him, truth be told.
I believe that any meeting with the Black Rider is foretold. But
I don't think.
moment,
Yeah, sorry.
at the moment, we have a raid at hand. And with that, the train seems to come to a creeping, crawly stop.
Oh, thank God.
So maybe just a short sentence. Ezra grabs Tree by the shoulders and has an okay. He still has his mask on, so you can see his embarrassed look at his face on his face as he said, "When this raid is over, we too should have a discussion about the Black Rider. I think, but later."
Yeah, Nero will kind of look and say, I think we should all discuss him. I fear that he is even more powerful than we had earlier assumed.
Do you see him?
Sometimes. I saw him in the town.
So Ezra,
Do you see me? Do you see me?
Ezra is looking at the position where he sees the Black Rider right now.
Oh, right. Okay.
But you don't realize that he's okay.
Yeah, I think Ezra is just kind of staring into space, right? Which like Ezra does all the time anyway. Yeah. So like, yeah.
He has a habit of staring.
Yeah. So Nero will be like, I saw him in the town. He was accompanied by another figure with a mask, and it's quite terrifying. But I have not seen him since, though what happened in the Beyond certainly concerned all the riders in their own way, I think. But I cannot be sure. After this raid, we have much to talk about.
Yes. And then he's just turning around to end this discussion for the moment.
Yeah,
giving a clear signal, okay.
Yeah.
I want Kona to overhear that conversation and then also be like, either it's in the open, that you've seen that stuff, or either she just figured it out. What do you think? Did she overhear it without you wanting to know, or did you just openly tell?
No, I think this is not a big train compartment, but more a closed space, and it shouldn't be a problem to overhear it because we're just a few steps away from each other.
Yeah. Kona's like, you've seen what? And then she starts to like get wide-eyed to like let you know that like she's seen something too. And so yeah, I think there's like this like exchange of like, rider, she's just like, oh shit, and then like she like moves with like a lot less confidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's part of her that wants to like do something rash here.
You
what's our
can,
plan?
and
Yeah, what's our plan? Can she like shoot something in the, with an arrow?
so I just
You're-
want to point out.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. I just want to point out that we took Stalkers of Demons. You were taught to sense the weakness of demons using taboo magic. If you successfully attune to a demon, the GM will tell you its weakness and how it may be destroyed. And it feels like the riders are literally like the definition of what this ability is meant to apply to.
Sure.
And if you want to do that, I feel like Kona should absolutely 100% do that. Because, I mean, what is the point of knowing that he's the White Rider if we're not going to try and destroy him in front of literally his entire tribe?
Yeah, only the small detail that we still don't know if the riders are into destroying this world or preventing it.
Yep.
Yeah, and let's just do it in front of the entire tribe. That I'm sure we'll be able to explain it afterwards. No
Small, tiny detail.
No problem.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, the Hellstone will help us if it's good, right?
I mean, the Hellstone being good is a bit of a stretch, I think.
Yeah.
But I feel like attuning to the White Rider right now could definitely tell us something about his weakness, and that might be like really interesting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's really good. Like as the train's coming to a stop, I'm just like breathing in the smoke and trying to attune to the rider right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Yeah.
Which one?
The white one.
They only know the white one.
Yeah, I want to kind of like intuit the intentions through some attunement here, to find a weakness, or like what's the weakness, or like, what's the weakness here? That's kind of what she's
So
trying to ask.
one of the big awesome questions on all blade sheets in gathering information is, I think, what is really going on here?
That's
Or something like that. That's the best question ever.
actually, I think we want that to be the first question, and the second question, if possible to answer, should be the other thing about like what's the weakness, because we don't really know what's going on enough to know what to do with the weakness, right? Like, do we want to take something out or not? We don't know. Yeah. So let's find that out first.
You're going to be the herald to end the world.
Where the apocalypse, guys? That's what we figured it out. Where the apocalypse?
Basically.
So ain't that the final goal for any glory hound, to be the one who ended the world, and everybody knows it?
Yeah.
Okay, so sorry, because I had to step away for a second. How does Kona know about the White Rider? Or is she going for the Black Rider?
Okay, whatever she's seen, I guess. I mean, she's attuning to find the answer. I don't know if she's targeting either rider so much as the chief and the connection between the tribes people, and however that connects to any rider, right? Like she's trying to figure that out.
Interesting. Yeah. Go for it.
Because she's a little bit in the blind, right?
Yeah. Could we make this a team role, maybe? Because Ezra's very excited right now about all this rider stuff, and the two guys riding in this train with him. And obviously, he had one answer that we going near the gate, or so he wants to join in tuning.
She'll clutch your hand if you're, Yeah.
I would love to join, but I don't think there's any way that Nero knows what is going on here. So, yeah, I don't think
Yeah, maybe Ezra is saying that Kona is more tense, and he's grabbing her hand and joining in.
Okay. Let's see. My attune is 2. I mean, I guess I can lead. It doesn't. I mean, I think that makes sense. And then.
Yeah. Okay. So I have a tune 1, but you can lead anyway.
Oh, you want? You know what? She would burn grit for you. She would, because she wants this answer too. So if you want an assist, I can give you an assist. And you can teamwork,
Can you
I think?
assist
Wait, no, I
if
can't do
you're part of
both.
the group?
Yeah, I can't do both. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Hold on. Let's go back a little bit. Yeah, she's just gonna clutch your hand and then just push herself, I think. And try to get
No,
free.
he's pushing himself. This is okay. I go for 2 dice. We'll just find out
Hold
what's
hands
happening here.
and sing Kumbaya in a train. Let's go.
Sort of.
I just forgot we all took a tune. Everybody has a tune at least one point. We've all been seeing ghosts and crazy stuff. So
Yeah.
So attuning the White Rider has which position? Is this already desperate or is it risky?
Ezra's leading? It'd be risky.
Okay.
Ezra's okay. I'm leading.
You're already familiar. This person is in your head.
Yeah, we're close friends, the riders and I.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
that makes more sense too, because Kona's probably like not sure what she's even talking to. And you know, in a way.
Mhm.
Well, yeah. You've got ideas. Okay, so what effect are we looking
So
at?
effect standard.
I would say standard for this. Yeah.
Okay. So I push myself to grit. Where's my dialogue?
I'm
For
not.
1 more.
That is the noise. Oh, that's Kona's 4, and yeah, Ezra's 5. Great.
5. So no grit for me. Yeah. We did it.
Sorta. Yeah.
There is a connection between the tribe and the rider. But there also seems to be more than one connection. Though this one seems to be the strongest. You kind of follow the thread as almost like a thread of silk. And you see the chief holding one end, Ezra holding another, Nero holding one, and so on and so forth. All of you holding strings, all of which have a connection. But the one that has the most thickness, probably the strongest one, is going to be with the chief.
Okay. But we wanted to know what was yeah, what was going on here. So I think that's where she's looking at the connections, and she's trying to figure it all out. Sensing that, and then seeing the strong connection to the chief. I think she looks at Ezra. And she's just kind of like, does that mean we kill it? You know? Like she's got like an arrow like knocked against her hand too, like just a little bit. She's just kind of like, you know what I mean? Like she's not ready to shoot yet, but she's like, I guess, you know?
So I think that Ezra is leaning to Kona and whispering, they are on our side. Not And he's talking about more than one rider. So, and we still don't know what we should do.
Yeah, the
We're
4-5 of
going
that.
to the gate. All answers are given at the gate.
Oh boy.
Munroe is going to look at this strange exchange of faces that like everyone's just stopped moving and like started holding hands and like looking at each other as far as he's aware. Is okay.
I think Nero will look at Munroe and say, Munroe, you recovered from last night yet? You feeling like you could take some, shoot some stuff? This raid seems like a lot. It seems like we could be in a real pickle here.
He's just gonna stare and down to his gun, to you, to Ezra, to Kona, to yeah. He's just gonna be like, I think that might be the only thing that makes sense around here anymore.
I think I will look at him and say, I offered to do this for you when the scorpions turned up and you regretted not taking my help. But if you give me your guns now, I can make them even better at fighting the supernatural.
Yeah, I think at this point Munroe he'll unholster his revolver or whatever and hand it to you.
Yeah, I think so. You see Nero kind of, so they're wearing their mask, right? And they kind of remove their mask, and you see like the sigil on their cheek, and as they imbue Munroe's guns with like the energy that they're kind of used to imbuing it with, I think you see the sigil kind of glow briefly. I'm going to take 2 grit for this. Give me a sec. So it kind of glows briefly, and they concentrate, and you see a very faint kind of like red light come out. And this is not the color that it was when they've done this before, and this is clearly something that's happened since they went into the Burning Beyond and they came back. And they hand it back to Munroe and they say, might smell a little of brimstone when you use it. That's not really sure how to stop that from happening, to be honest. When you shoot it, Munroe, not when you hold it. What are you doing? You're going to shoot yourself in the face.
As he holds it up. Yeah, smell it.
That was probably
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, we could sell this stuff to the fine people of Mudwater and make a living.
As Munroe is smelling his pistols.
Smelling pistols?
What a line.
That's what they do in Mudwater.
Yeah, it's not smelling salts, it's pistols. A little bit of burning gun smoke.
Love that smell in the morning. Yeah.
You have the entire train seems to vibrate with a buzzing noise.
Did we find... Go ahead.
The carapace of the train seeming to shudder and then go silent. And the chief simply looks over and says, "It has begun. I suggest you grab the white wiggly ones and leave the more juvenile ones to us. Oh, and if you see any dead men walking, make sure they walk no longer, And with that, he opens up the door of the carriage and jumps out. And it is with that that you see that you guys are in a massive underground hornet's nest of giant hornets.
What?
Dress.
So it's really hornets.
Oh,
And I think with that, we're going to go to our first break.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great.
goody. Yeah, that sounds hot.
No, it doesn't. It sounds awful. It sounds like my worst nightmare.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how that turns out. All right. Well, cool. We'll be back soon, folks.